Hello and welcome to a little bit of a channel update, or a lot of bit of a channel update. So this is going to be my first ever channel update on the channel, so if you're not interested in hearing a little bit about what's going on in the background with the channel, then please feel free to move right along. So I've got a lot to say, and I've got a few notes here. I don't usually take notes for videos. Most of the time it's off the cuff, totally unscripted, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. Occasionally I might take one or two notes for the gameplay, but first of all, thank you. A huge thank you is necessary, and I would like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who's kind of joined the channel recently, to everyone who's been watching the videos. The channel has exploded a little bit, quite a lot actually, over the last 2 to 3 weeks. I've had over 20,000 views in the last month, 10,000 of which have been in the last 10 days, and most of it, really basically nearly all of it, has been the result of this video that you're seeing here, our episode 1 of Ground Zero, and I had a feeling that this would have a bit of an impact on the channel. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to initially actually get into it, very, very early on, because I just knew that people would want to see this. I knew that this, bringing this to people and giving them the chance to experience Ground Zero, it's classic kind of Fallout 4 territory, the zombies. So, I'm glad I got to do that, and it has had a big effect. So, thank you to everyone who's jumped on board with the channel. This isn't my best video. I've only been on YouTube for 3 months, I think, in total, and this was one of my earliest videos. Within the first 2 weeks, this series got launched alongside the very original Zombieland Conquest, which I must add, if you haven't seen that yet, I would probably recommend checking that out, maybe after you watch more of the Ground Zero pack. But it's definitely a lot better, a lot more evolved kind of in terms of content, my own ability and presentation, and the gameplay is just absolutely epic. I've finished 5 episodes of it today. So that's that. I think, the initial kind of thank you I wanted to say to everyone who's on board. What have I got written here? Yeah, so I'm expecting a little bit of a drop now from the channel that I've finished the Ground Zero content, and that's fine. I've got to kind of go beyond trying to get people to watch. It's not my nature. Of course, I have to care about it, but I just don't care at the same time. I just want to play games and create good videos. And, I need to run the channel in a very natural way. I'm not going to be seeking views, seeking subscribers ever on the channel. It's just not my way of doing things. So I'm prepared for a slow and steady growth of the channel, maybe with the odd little bit of a boost like this from something special that, the algorithm wants to push out there. But whatever. I don't even really want to think about that sort of stuff. It's too... I'll just say it's too far in the opposite direction to where I like to be mentally, to try so much to get views and to get people to watch and stuff like that. So I won't really be doing any of that on the channel, which is fine. I've got a little bit of an update with regards to how I'm going to be running the channel in terms of content from now on. At least how I've experimented with a lot of different kind of styles and variations, and playing multiple games at the same time in different days. And, the last week, I started to play around with playing one game a day. I put down basically every other game that I was playing and focused more on Ground Zero and Zombieland Conquest, alternating in a day. So doing, one pack in one day, and then the next day doing the next pack. And I found it to be a very effective means to really get deep into one pack, to not get so confused as to where I was at, and a few other things. So what I'm going to be doing going forward, and this is the next phase of my experiment to try to find the perfect formula for myself to create content, is I'm going to be sticking with a single game or mod pack, whatever I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be sticking with that for a whole week, 6 days a week. And I'm going to take Mondays off. Tuesday to Sunday, I'll be creating videos, 3 to 5 a day. And on the weekends, so specifically Saturday and Sunday, it's more likely to be less because I have my kids. I look after my kids. I look after them on the Monday as well too. And so 3 to 5 videos every single day, Tuesday to Sunday, will be the format that I'm going with. I'm going to be sticking with a single pack for the whole week, for the duration of that week, or a single game for the duration of that week. Basically playing as much as I can. It turns out it'll be like 20 to 30 hours of content for whatever game I'm playing. Now, if we, let's say we have a mod pack running like Zombieland Conquest, which I intend to be a very long-term project on the channel, or just a game that needs more than 30 hours or 20 hours to complete. As I'm playing other games that maybe are only 10 or 12 hours to complete, say if I get halfway through the week and I complete that game, or I get to the objective of the pack, or whatever it is, the end of the series for that particular game, and we've got 2 or 3 days left, we'll return to another game or mod pack on the channel that is unfinished, and we'll make more progress in it. At the same time, for something like Zombieland Conquest or a similar game, if I play it this week, get to the end of the week, it'll be returning in 3 weeks' time. So basically a month later, but not 3 weeks later. Yes, we'll just leave it at that. So I'll be playing other games in the interim, and then we'll be returning to it after a 3 week period of the end of the week. So a month from the first day is what I'm trying to say. Forgive me if I get a little bit confusing with how I explain things. It's just part of the way I am. My brain is hyper technical and thinking 100,000 things at once. So I try to lay, none of this is edited. None of these videos are edited. They're all, I can pause and then I can unpause, and that's about as deep as my editing goes. And I've chosen that consciously to be able to create more videos, for one thing, to get more things out there for people to watch if you want to, for people who want to watch the videos. Two, for simplicity. It just keeps it super simple for me. All I have to do is play the game, upload it. The downside to that is I do often make mistakes. Sometimes I forget to unpause. And two, I'm on the spot the entire time, and whatever I say is going to go into the video. It's not like I'm going to edit it out. So what you're experiencing is directly me. I know I ramble a lot. I talk a lot. I've already had a few comments saying just play the game, But whatever, there's other YouTubers out there if you like people who don't talk as much as I do. And I am working on finding the balance with regards to that anyway, so I don't know where I was going with all of that. But the weekly format for the games, with the 3 week return of the continuation of a mod pack or a game as we progress. Now, I've got a little bit of an update on, I've told you what days I'm having off, so I'm only really having 1 day a week off, Monday. It's fine. Now, I think what I'll do in a second, I'm about to tell you what games we've got upcoming on the channel for for October, what I've got planned for the time being. Anyway, this is all subject to change. Don't take this as gospel. It's all subject to change. But I want to tell you that, kind of my long-term objectives for the channel is to go full-time with this. I'm already basically doing it full-time, and I do my own kind of my own stuff in the background in my own real life, which is my own personal stuff that I do. But I want to cultivate this channel in a way where it becomes a full-time job. I'm already looking at it with that mindset. And, I tend to have like 5-6 hours in the day free anyway, where I can create these videos. Another reason why I don't want to do a lot of editing, because I only have a certain amount of time in a day, and I can fill that with 4 or 5 videos as opposed to one that I have to edit for 3 or 4 hours. So, that's that. Now the long-term goals, I want it to go full-time. I've got to get to 1,000 subscribers before I can monetize the channel. I want to be totally open and honest about why I've created this channel, and it is in the region of job. I want to do this for a job. I've always enjoyed video games. This and my own kind of spiritual life, so not this, but gaming and my own spiritual exploration and my own mind, and it's the way that it operates and how I don't really need to go into too much of it now, but I've lived a very spiritually oriented life, and I have a very, it might not come across that way with the amount I swear, but whatever, swearing is just words at the end of the day. What I'm getting at is there's only a couple of things in my life. I'm 34 years old. There's only a couple of things in my life that have been there constant the whole time. There's been hundreds and hundreds of other interests and forms of employment and topics and situations and events and people that have come and gone at various times. But I started gaming when I was about 6, as soon as I got a PlayStation 1, a PS1. And even before that, my big brother had one. I've been raised around gaming my entire life, and the gaming has been there my entire life. It's been there the whole time, as well as a few other background things. A couple of there's really not many, and I won't go into those in this video. But anyway, what I'm getting at is this is good for me, you know, because I love gaming. I love exploring these games, whether it's just all types of games, even if it's just playing a game for half an hour just to see what it's about, and maybe I don't like it. But exploring different genres, different topics. Probably one other thing to make note of is I'm not going to become a Fallout 4 Bethesda content creator. I know I've been playing a lot of it lately. Putting a lot of it out there on the channel, and that's because I've been playing a lot of it lately and I've been wanting to play it lately, but I'm not going to become one of those content creators who only really produces Fallout content or Skyrim content, whatever. Although I'm going to be playing a lot of Fallout 4, Skyrim, or Wildlander, the mod pack, the role-playing mod pack coming up relatively soon on the channel. I want to play Fallout 3, I want to play New Vegas, I want to play Fallout 76. I just bought it about a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. And it looks absolutely amazing for single player. You know, I'll play it in a single player kind of format. I think maybe we'll get involved with multiplayer at some point. And for open world exploration and role playing too. You know, I'm watching a lot of Rycon role plays. He's amazing. He does great stuff. So maybe I'll pause here and just kind of consider anything else that I need to say on the subject. You know, so yeah, I always want to be totally upfront and honest about, you know, what's going on with me in the background and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so, you know, I expect, I think a lot of people have probably joined the channel for the ground zero, for the zombie stuff. And there'll definitely be a heavy emphasis on zombies and monsters and kind of semi-jump scary stuff, because I do enjoy that. I don't know what it is. I'm as addicted to zombies as everybody else on the planet, especially other gamers. You know, we can't get enough of zombies. They just never die, literally. You know, zombies never die. So there's going to be a fair amount of zombies, and when I can mod a game and make it more difficult or incorporate zombies, I'll probably tend to do it. Maybe not every time, but anyway. So that's the reason I bring that up, is because I don't want people to, you know, for you to join the channel, for you to think I'm only going to be playing kind of zombie-ish Fallout 4 stuff, and then to be disappointed later on. I'll tell you now, it's not going to be that. There'll be a fair bit of it, as I've said. But I want Zombieland Conquest to kind of scratch that itch for myself and for everybody else while I explore these other territories. Now, getting on to other territories, upcoming on the channel, Tuesday, the 11th of October to approximately Sunday the 16th, we're going to be running Frost Survival Simulator. Now, that is going to be utilizing the Stay Frosty mod pack, which is made by the same people, Screaming Lake, who... Hey, wait a second. I was supposed to have music on. This. Give me a minute. Right, so now we got a little bit of music. Obviously, that's the sort of thing that can occur. Is I just forget this stuff, and I won't redo it. It is what it is. It's live, it's real, it's happening, you know, it's life. It's unpredictable. You cannot control it, people. You can try. What am I watching here? I've lost content. I think I've switched videos. I don't care. All right, we need to continue on with the format. I think I've switched the background here, but whatever. Frost. Right, we're going to be playing Frost with the Stay Frosty Wabberjack mod pack made by Screaming Lake, who's made Ground Zero and all of the other really cool Whispering Chills mod pack. So that's going to be starting up this Tuesday coming. I am going to take this Monday off. That's going to run for a week. We'll get as deep as we can into it. I don't know how the pack is formatted, what sort of quests there are, if there's an overall pack objective like there was for Ground Zero. I don't know. But in either case, we're going to play. Alright, we're going to play the game. And I am really looking forward to it. We are going to go full on pack limited. So I'm not going to add any other mods. I'm not going to change the gameplay in any way. We are going to be playing it permadeath. Full-blown permadeath. Meaning... one character, one life. I'm going to do my best, and I promise this, to stick to it. If maybe after the first day of trying it becomes torturous and I can't proceed, then I'll come up with a semi-permadeath save system like we have in Zombieland Conquest, which will still be ultra tense and challenging, but we'll cut out the you know, I want to pull my own eyes out level of insanity, and I'll just want to pull my own teeth out or something like that. So that's gonna be next week. The week after that, what do we got? Give me a second. I'm going to be returning to the State of Decay 2 for the following week after that, which is the 18th to the 23rd. I'm going to be returning to finish off a series that I've put to the side. One of my first real kind of in-depth series that I've done on the channel is one of my other ones. There's only a few. Is the State of Decay 2 No Chill Challenge. If you don't know what that is, I won't give you the full rundown here, but just know it's a hardcore one-bite kill. You get bitten once by a zombie, you die. And I've gone through every single difficulty in the game. I'm into nightmare mode. There's only one more difficulty, which is lethal mode. I'll tell you now, it's not looking good for my community. It's absolutely brutal. And so I'm going to be finishing that off. I'm going to do my best to get a good chunk of that done in that week, along with the Walking Dead mod. So I'll probably switch back and forth between those two. I've got another series happening, the dark side of the Walking Dead. If you don't know State of Decay 2, it's a lot of fun. Zombies, obviously, more zombies. And all very difficult elements. All of those series, both of them have got very, very challenging elements to them. And especially the No Chill Challenge, it's literally crazy. So that's going to be the following week after that. Then we're in the week of Halloween, the week of the build-up to Halloween, which is Tuesday the 25th to Sunday the 30th. We're going to be playing Whispering Chills, the Sweet Whispers edition. So Whispering Chills at the moment, which is Skulldire's Fallout 4 Retribution series, is the same pack. And the one he's just finished before starting up Ground Zero. It's being updated. It's being evolved by Sweet someone or other. He's joined up with Screaming Lake, and he's evolving it in a way that Screaming Lake is adapting, and he's going to take it on board. I feel like it might be a kind of optional off branch if you want to add this on. I don't know yet, but anyway. As far as I know, they reckon they're trying to get it ready for Halloween. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a few days before Halloween or not, but you can still get access to it now. It's just that they're aiming for a kind of more complete full release version by the end, so people can play it for Halloween. But we are going to be starting it up on Tuesday the 25th, and I'll get that. I've got it already installed. I've just got to do the Sweet Whispers update to it. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be a lot of jump scares. I watched a lot of Skulldire's Retribution series, and it was really, really good and very, very intense and dark. And I will tell you now, if you have enjoyed the Ground Zero series, and this is a spoiler, so skip ahead like 2 or 3 minutes if you don't want to hear this, because I'm about to spoil the ending of the Ground Zero series. Ready? Skip now. Last warning. So our operator, for those of you who obviously know, you know, our operator went insane. Mr. Anderson, he went completely bonkers. He ended up in some kind of different dimension, surrounded by the same types of monsters. He was hearing the vault audio going off in the background, some kind of schizophrenic delusions going on, and hallucinations. So he's lost his mind. So it turns out he's going to wake up. His mind is going to devolve even further. He's going to wake up in the world of Whispering Chills. And obviously all of his work has come undone. The settlements have no longer been reclaimed. Now there are not just zombies everywhere, there are monsters and all sorts of beasts roaming the Commonwealth. So God knows which way he's going to go with this information. How is he going to compute what the hell is going on with his mind? So he's going to return, which is really cool. And give me a second. Yeah, so the operative is going to return. I've just turned the music down a little bit for me, but it should still be okay for you. So that's going to be the build-up to Halloween. Now that's going to take us to the 30th of October. Obviously Halloween is the next day, the following day, which falls on a Monday. Now, I'll see how I'm going. If I need to have some time off, I may just do 1 or 2 videos on Halloween, but I'm going to do some horror games on Halloween. I don't know exactly what yet, but I can promise you they will be jump scare type horror. It won't be psychological horror. It'll be the kind of horror where everything's fucking quiet and pitch black and you're walking around with a torch of some kind, I don't know, in some spooky environment. And there's horrific danger of jump scare material, because I've never done that on the channel and I know it's going to scare the crap out of me, and it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know how much of it I'll be able to handle, I'll warn you now. At least probably 2 games. And, you know, at least that means like 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. And I'll give it a go. I'll give it a really good go. I'll just have to see how I handle it in terms of how my body handles the intensity of whatever's going on. But it'll probably be quite entertaining content. And it'll scare the shit out of me because I just... you know, I get so immersed in these games when I play them that I'm fucking there. I'm there. I'm in it. Something happened in a stream the other day where a dog came up and ran up. Not in stream, on a video. Fallout 4 one of the zombie dogs came up and bit our character from behind on the arse. And I literally jumped forward. My body did. My body jumped forward as if I'd been bitten on the arse. And that's just Fallout 4. So God knows what's going to happen to me in these horror games. So that's going to be actual Halloween. 31st of October, the day of Halloween. Alright. Now, yeah, I think I've covered all of that. I've given you a full rundown. I told you this was going to be a little bit lengthy. Fuck, it's been 20 minutes. Jesus Christ, that's crazy for an update. Anyway, these videos will ramble on a bit because it's just rambling is my nature. And when I just express how I feel, I lay it all out there for you guys to listen to or not. I did warn you. Feel free to skip this stuff in the future if you don't want to know this kind of stuff. So that's everything. As far as I know, there's nothing else I need to update you on. I really just wanted to let you know what's coming up with the channel. Say thank you. I could have done that in like 10 minutes, couldn't I? 5 minutes even. But, you know, and give you a bit of a rundown of my long-term aims with the channel. Oh, wait, yeah, no, there's something else I haven't covered. I skipped over this bit. I should probably rightly leave this bit to the end. Because of my long-term goals with the channel and because what I've told you about wanting to make this a job, I am going to be setting up a Patreon page at some point. I've got it together. It's not ready to fully launch yet. I was thinking of waiting till I hit 1,000 subscribers with it, because that's the moment when YouTube, once you hit 1,000 subscribers and you've got the amount of hours and you tick all the boxes, YouTube then gives you the opportunity to apply to monetize your channel, at which point you can start earning money from your videos. So I was thinking of waiting to then. I may still wait till then, but I just want to let you know that at some point I'm going to be launching a Patreon site, and I am going to be producing content specifically for channel members, YouTube channel members, when I get to that point, and Patreon supporters. And those videos, there will be quite a few. It'll be like probably a quarter of what I produce with regards to the main channel, with what everybody has access to. At this point, you know, I will be coming up with a lot of bonuses and a lot of additional things to give back to those supporters, obviously, because they're invested in me and the channel, so I'm invested in their investment. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be, part of my idea at the moment is games that have DLC content, games that we finish on the channel, we complete them in whatever format, but there's additional quests or additional options, side quests, DLC content. You know, for example, if there's a really super cool side quest in Fallout 4, I might save that. I'll come across it in game in the normal channel and then make a note and save that specifically for creating videos that only channel supporters have access to. And I know a lot of people are probably not going to like that, but at the end of the day, if those people are going to offer financial support to me and in my life, then I'm going to support them. I'm going to give back to that, and I have to do something. And at the same time, it's an incentive for anybody who, if you really like the content and you want to see that side of thing, then you can go the way of subscribing, you know, becoming a member or becoming a Patreon supporter. I will come up with other things. I've toyed with the idea of doing live streams, but live streams just don't really work for my nature. I need to pause a lot, I need to rest a lot, I need to take a lot of breaks. And so I don't know about doing live streams, but that's the idea at the moment. Bonus content, bonus videos, possibly even games specifically. 2 or 3 videos a week of a game, an independent game that only channel members and Patreon supporters can watch. And also like special DLC content or special quest content for certain games. So I wanted to let you know that that's going to be happening. Make your mind up now whether or not you're the kind of person who's turned off completely by creators who monetize their channel. I promise you I will not go overboard with things like ads. They'll be in the videos, but I'm not going to be one of these, nowhere near one of these creators who puts them in every 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I might as well tell you now, fuck, I've gone overboard on this video anyway, so it's going to go out there for you to watch. My plan at the moment is to have, when it comes up, to have an ad at the start, or however that works, and an ad If it's an hour-long video, you'll have one at the start, you'll have one halfway through, and then you'll have one at the end, which you can choose to watch or not. And you can skip them. It'll be skippable ads, I think. I really don't know that side of it as to how you're allowed to set that up. So that's going to be it. In an hour-long video, you'll have one at the beginning, one in the middle, half an hour in, and then one at the end, which you can choose to watch or not, probably just before the outro. So you're not going to miss any game content. You'll miss my outro, and you'll miss the ad. So I'm just letting you know. I want to be totally upfront. I don't know how to do this, guys. I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm out here in the dark, navigating this world of YouTube content creation for the first time ever, seriously. And so I've got a lot to learn. I've got a lot to uncover and discover, and I've got to experiment with stuff like this. I would love your involvement. I would love you to connect up in more ways than just watching the videos. If you want to, I've got a Discord in the description below. The Twitch stuff that I was doing, I'm going to be pushing it to the side because I really want to focus in on the YouTube stuff. Maybe at a later date I'll return to Twitch, or I'll just figure out some way of doing live streams on the channel. So that's that. Yeah, I just want to be always really upfront and open about what I'm doing, and I would love you to just, you know, to get involved, just maybe feedback, any ideas. I'm tweaking the audio and trying not to talk so much. Some people have got problems with that, and I'm listening to the feedback that people have got. I do appreciate people who comment and even just saying hello. But if you wanna connect up more, head on over to the Discord. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on that over the next few days to organize it a lot better. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. I'm committed to it, and it's right. I know it is. There's been very little in my life that I've been able to take into myself in a way where I can sustain it, because most of the stuff I'm just not interested in, and it's a lie for me to try to sustain it, and I end up falling into a line of work or trying to put myself in an environment that I fucking just do not want to be in, and it's been impossible for me my whole life. With 99% of things I've tried to do, there's a couple things which I won't get into now, which I've maintained quite deep, important topics around kind of spirituality, mental health and meditation and stuff like that I've experienced my whole life, and I'm, you know, very, very deeply involved in that sort of thing. But gaming is another one, so I just know this is it. I know this is right. I can tell by the way it's flowing and how easily I'm doing it. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I know I talked your head off. Fuck, this was a half an hour long video. That's nothing compared to how much I can talk, by the way. So if you stuck around this whole time, thank you. At some point I'll be doing things like game giveaways, getting keys for supporters, subscribers. You know, like I will get into all that stuff in time. I've got to do one thing at a time, and I've got to go slow. As fast as I'm trying to go, I've actually got to go slow with it. So, as always, thank you. I mean it. I really mean it. Thank you. Without you, this is not possible. It's not possible for me to do this alone. You know, 50-50 here. You're the other half of this relationship, whether you like it or not. In fact, if you don't like it, just go elsewhere. But thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming Frost hardcore survival simulator permadeath coming up in a couple of days. Meanwhile, tomorrow, which is Sunday, we've got another day of Zombieland Conquest. Probably even end up doing another video a little bit later, but we'll see. And then we're going to put it down for 3 weeks and play these other packs and get back to a little bit of State of Decay 2 as well. So, I've said all that. Thanks very much. See you sometime soon in one of the next ones. Goodbye for now.